Come on, we need more recruits. Where is everyone? Maybe you should try giving combat XP as a reward. Doesn't anyone do anything for the love of the game? The thrill of the hunt? For the Void Knight? Maybe for like a few tasks. Jagex just showed off the Relic passives, and they didn't stop there. There's actually a two-part teaser, with the second one being a sneak peek at a bunch of the tasks. So we can go ahead and start planning. But before that, a brief word from... No, I'm just kidding. But before that, we should go check out the Discord. What have they clarified? Well, there's actually a few very, very important things. This whole list of things, I'll go over them whenever the relevant part comes up. But the biggest thing right here, XP rewards from Soul Wars and Pest Control are disabled. They're gone. They're out of here. They talked about wanting to do that last league. They even nerfed Soul Wars pretty hard. And now they're just like, nah, you guys don't even need to do it, I guess. But they are compensating for that, which I'll tell you all about in a minute. So the first place we should probably start is by going over the tier 1s. Not just because 1 is first, but because you automatically have this unlocked. So right from the bat, all these things are going to be applying to you. Multiplier for leaks is 5 times by default, and items from eligible sources are twice as common. It's not every single little thing, but there's a lot of things that you're going to be looking at. And I think you can pretty easily check on the wiki if something is eligible for this multiplier, which is only going to get bigger, by the way. Farming ticks will occur every minute instead of every 5 minutes. That's crazy. You might be thinking, oh no, Overgrown's not going to be as good now. Dude, Overgrown works 5 times faster now. Oh, well now I can just farm myself even faster. You do that, but I'm looking at it as, oh, I'm going to be getting my auto XP 5 times faster now. That's nice. All right, this next one's pretty crazy. Minigame points received are boosted by 4 times right off the bat. And look in the bottom corner. You can see some of the stuff that's been affected as well. Marks of Grace, Hallowed Marks, Brimhaven Voucher, and Stardust now benefit from that. So yesterday's reveal that they had, talking about like the Agility Relic, that relic doubles these, which are already being modified by 4. So if you want a bunch of Brimhaven Vouchers, that is absolutely the way to get it. But I should clarify here, I didn't realize this until I read it. The Brimhaven vouchers are not the things that give you tickets. Okay, this is just rewards for items. If you want a pirate hook really quickly, this is what you want. Because, man, I saw some crazy numbers of what would have happened if they actually did it with the XP. I wish they did, but... you know, I understand them not wanting to completely break agility and have it be done day 1. Whatever, fine. Run energy never drains while running. That is, you know, kind of a staple since Leagues 2. If there was any doubt that they were going to change that, guess what? They're not. And then there's actually 2 parts for the clue scrolls. All clue scrolls will drop as stackable scroll boxes, and clue step progress is saved between clues. And then over on the side again, every clue scroll you receive, including clue geodes, clues in a bottle, and clues nest, will drop as a stackable clue box. I think last time you actually had to open them and then they would stack, whereas I think this is saying that the items that you get, well, I mean, you won't get the item, you'll just get the stackable clue box. So no more of having to get a bottle from fishing and then open up the bottle so you can keep stacking and getting another one. It just immediately turns into that stackable so you can, like, you know, actually AFK, which is pretty nice. Now, before we move on to tier 2, I want to introduce my surprise guest, Trailblazer Reloaded. Woo! Everyone give him a hand. Welcome, Trailblazer Reloaded. Unfortunately, I brought you here to make fun of you. I didn't really think about the intro until after I already said that. I'm sorry. But I pulled up, for comparison's sake, how it worked last league so you can just see where the improvements are. And I think that this league is going to be a lot more fast-paced. You're going to be progressing really quickly and moving through the tiers. The main difference between these is the clue drops were slightly tweaked, and the minigame modifiers started at tier 2, but it was only 3 times, not 4. Alright, now for tier 2, a pretty quick one. XP multiplier goes from 5x to 8x. Judging from last leagues, tier 2 only took 500 points. It's 10 points for an easy, and mediums are 30 points. So you probably want to just go ahead and get some of those tasks done before you actually start grinding, because it won't take you very much time at all to go ahead and jump up from the 5 to the 8 times XP multiplier, which would be really nice. And Trailblazer Reloaded was literally the same. It was 8 times XP. All right, this is what I was hinting at when I talked about pest control and soul wars. If you're trying to get some combat XP, well, guess what? Tier 3 has got you covered. Combat experience, including hit points and prayer. Prayer is a huge one, has a 2 times multiplier, and that is accumulative. It multiplies with the other modifiers. So if we crunch in 8 times 2, that's 16, which is a pretty big number. You know, Scurious is going to be getting smacked like crazy whenever everyone hits tier 3. He is not going to get any sleep. To put that number in perspective, if you'd like to get 1 mil XP per hour, all you have to do is get 62,500 XP per hour normally, and then the 16 times modifier makes that 1 million. Even more combat with bigger and badder Slayer unlock becoming free right here. And more Slayer points are 5 times from tasks, and you aren't required to complete 5 tasks before you can start earning points. So right off the bat, you're going to be stacking up a ton of points, and while you're doing it, superior rates are increased to a 1 out of 50 chance to appear. Trailblazer here, I don't know, man. I mean, 16 times combat XP is nice, but I missed last recall. Please come back to me. Why did you have to leave? And then moving on to the tier 4, items from eligible sources will be 5 times as common, and minigame points received are boosted by 8x. Guys, what is the meta with this? I'm like kind of struggling to figure out, because the most obvious things to me last leagues were just Soul Wars and Pest Control. Like, I understand that there's a lot of minigames that have like shops. Pest Control has herbs that you can get, but I haven't done the numbers to see like if I really want these herb packs. Also, there's a lot of ways this league to get herbs. So I don't know. Tell me what your big brain minigame moves are in the comments below. Are we all going to rat catchers? Is there some new meta for that? Now you can start to see a consolidation of this new leagues, or an acceleration perhaps, because these tier 4 we're looking at, Slayer points, Superior Slayer, all that stuff, that was our tier 3. That's their tier 4. So definitely making some moves relative to Trailblazer. At tier 5, XP goes from 8 times to 12 times. Trailblazer, it was 12 times and 5 times minigame points, which again, we just hit 8 times on the last tier. And then at tier 6, we have 4 times drop rates. Just kidding, that's only for Trailblazer. There is no tier 6 here. Why is there no tier 6? What does that mean? Everyone's speculating. Does that mean there's a secret tier 8 that also doesn't have any passives? I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I'm going to just go ahead and use this time to talk about the drop rate modifier for special items. The Twisted Ancestral Color Kit, Holy Ornament Kit, Sanguine, the TOB kits, and the Chambers kits, also Awakener's Orbs. They all now benefit from the drop rate modifier, which is really cool because like I get pets not doing it because they carry over, but like these don't. So I feel like that's kind of nice. I don't feel like anyone's gonna feel like their accomplishments have been devalued because they don't have to like grind like crazy to get some little kit. And then finally, tier 7, the multiplier for XP goes from 12 to 16, which all these have been stacking with the combat XP multiplier, by the way. So this is 32 times. You're getting 32 times prayer XP anytime you do something, which the Chaos Altar is what? 504 XP on average for Dragon Bones, which means you're getting about 16,000 XP per Dragon Bone. And that means a whole inventory is 450k XP. That is insane. That is so crazy. Now, Trailblazer did match this. Their in-game is the exact same in terms of XP, but the minigame points finally caught up to the tier 4 of this one, which again, I kind of think is probably because they made Soul Wars and Pest Control not really good for draining anymore. But I still definitely overall feel like these are really, really strong. Like everything is going super fast. I think this is focused on getting a lot more stuff done even faster. I'll go ahead and give a brief little mention to the tier 8 of last league, 5 time drop rate. Hey, guess what? We got that at tier 4. At tier 4, you can go ahead and actually start grinding out for drops and like feel pretty good about it, which I think is such a good way to set this up. I much rather have it like that and then push the back end just for XP, because I think the XP works a lot better for people who want to actually like go past 99. Like I think a lot of people that play don't actually normally max, which to be fair, now that the maxed cape has moved to Lumbridge, maybe some more people will go for that. But like I feel like a lot of people don't go for 2277, and so moving these very clearly very strong things into later will let players not feel like, oh my gosh, it's so inefficient for me to be doing raids at tier 4. I gotta wait until I get the way higher drop rate. I gotta get to tier 8 and this and that. Like, I think this is definitely the way they should have set it up, and I think this will be really, really good. If you guys have any sick combos or like power spikes, like you think this tier is gonna be massive, like obviously I think tier 3 is probably where you're really gonna become online and actually start doing your combat masteries. Like obviously you could do them earlier, but I personally am probably going to wait and not even really fight much of anything until I get to tier 3. If you guys have any cool plans, let me know. But I am actually gonna go ahead and talk about some tasks. So here's the easy and medium tier tasks for global, Misthalin, and Karamja regions. There's actually so many tasks on here that are just immediately completable, very, very easy. If the tier system works like it did before, you just need 50 of these, which a lot of them you can get literally by just running around. And I'm going to go through some of these with you and show you the ones that you can basically just pick up without really any time investment at all. So getting your first level 10, your first level 5, your first level up, those are all very easy. You'll also probably be able to get your first level 20 without very much trouble at all. Like whatever your tier 1 is, you can probably immediately get that. Burn some normal logs, burn some oak logs, burn some food, bury any kind of bones. Very, very simple. Buy something from one of the trader crew members. You may have to go out of your way a tiny bit for this. I think you're gonna have to go to Brimhaven to be able to do that, but there should be a teleport. I think that's what they did last time, is you could just teleport to Karamja. So that should be insanely easy. You might want to wait to like stack those up with the other things that are in Karamja and Brimhaven though. Cast the home teleport spell. You can immediately just open your spellbook up and do that. Catch a raw shrimp and raw anchovy. The anchovy will take a tiny bit of time to do. I didn't highlight the herring because you have to get bait for it, so you kind of have to go out of your way, but again, very, very easy to get that done. Use an enchanted gem to check your slayer task. It costs 1 gold to buy an enchanted gem. There's another thing that's very simple that you buy from a slayer master. Chop any axe with a steel axe, which you can buy in Lumbridge. Complete the League's tutorial and begin your adventure. Everyone's going to immediately have that done. Like you don't even have to look out for that one. Cook raw shrimp. You can cut down a tree, burn it, cook it, burn it, burn the log, burn the food, then successfully cook the food. Mason and editing here actually went on for a really long time going through a lot of the things, which I don't think is necessary. I think you should make your own list or follow someone's who's actually done like comprehensive reordering and explanation behind why you need to do this before you do the other one. But the whole point of me going through this is I want to say that a lot of these tasks are really that simple. Like they are as simple as they seem. Go and get a haircut is literally going into Varrock and asking to get a haircut, and you should absolutely do that whenever you stop in town. So all you have to do really to make this really good is just kind of reorder them in the path that you think you want to move in. So like if you want to go to Varrock really quickly, reorder all the stuff that's kind of in your path to go to Varrock. So like if you want to milk a cow, go north of Lumbridge where there's a milking cow, and then on your way up, you can go ahead and hit Barbarian Village and kill a barbarian there and drink a beer and etc. They do also have a lot more tasks here. They have a lot of the mediums, which are 30 points, but these you're actually going to have to work for a teeny tiny bit, which is fine. I wouldn't sweat it. Really, just go ahead and get some of these easy tasks done or run around the map a few times, and you are going to be popping off with the tiers. Like a lot of these low-hanging fruit, easy to grab tiers are going to push you far. And as a reminder, the points unlock relics, but the number of tasks you complete that's when you get your areas. So you want to be doing these tiny little easy things because they're going to get you that much closer to getting your first area unlocked. And you're going to be blasting through them if you took a look at the wiki. And you're also going to be blasting that subscribe button. If you're a cool person, you know, that's what all the cool people are doing, or so I've been told. So if you want to do that, I mean, it'd be cool. You'd be cool if you did it. And it was very cool of you to watch all the way till the end. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of strategies that are all sort of like finally merging together towards the end of all these teasers. I would love to know how many times you guys have changed your plans. Towards the beginning, I was changing super frequently. Now I'm just doing like slight tweaks and like more efficient ways of making my like current plans working. I don't know if I'm just like, oh, I'm too invested, I can't give up now, I need to keep these regions, or if I'm actually just like, this is fun, and even if it's not incredibly efficient, like if it's, you know, only 96% optimal, okay, whatever, man, that's fine. So I definitely want to hear about that, and hopefully I hear back from you tomorrow on the next video. But until then, take care. Goodbye.